Hello, welcome back. We are going on a pub crawl. That's basically what's going to happen. I'm going to go to each and every one of the taverns, and this is probably going to be the last thing that I do in Assassin's Creed 3 for a long time. Now, we're going to visit each of the taverns that are available in the frontier, of which there are, I want to say 4. No, there are 4. There's 1 in Concord, 2 in Lexington, and 1 in Monmouth. Now, if you notice, in Lexington, they are not on the map because I've not found them yet. Perfect. Right, so essentially, rule of thumb for the taverns is that in New York and the frontier, any tavern has a dice emblem on the map. So if you find yourself near a dice and you're still looking for this to get the frontiersman all the way through, you need to find yourself the dice icon to get in. So go through the dice store and you're set. So that is 1 tavern. Don't need to do anything else, just walk in, chat with your assassins if you want. Go over to Lexington. 1's really close, 1's really not. And the one in Monmouth is relatively close as well, so it's sort of useful. Then we're going to go to New York, because Boston is an aberration in this idea of using the... There you go. Using the dice. Boston's the only city that doesn't use the dice store icon, so that's 1. Right next to the fast travel point. Then what you want to do is you want to go and make your way to almost the junction between Great Peace Hills and Lexington, so I would say about here ish. It's not that far. Yeah, here we are.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Monroe Tavern, there we are. Not on the map. Is now. There you go. So the other tavern in Lexington is here. So let's go back. There are 2 in Lexington. If I go to shops, there we go. Perfect. Fast travel points always take over. Of course they do. That's what I want. 1 in Concord, 2 in Lexington, and the final one's in Monmouth. So let's go in. Fortunately, you're not going to see a platinum pop. I did, unfortunately. Ah, there's a tavern. Don't know why. Oh, that's because that's where you meet Charles Lee at the end of the game. That'd be why. Let's run up the hill. You can see that I'm going through the dice store. In New York, here, all of the bars are in. Yep, that's the other one. Right, so that's the tavern there. So there's one over here, one in Lexington, so that's the second in Lexington, one in Concord, and one down here. Let's go through the dice store. Yeah, in New York, they're all on the eastern side. Oh, overlaid music tracks, just what you want to hear. So, if we get ourselves into here, we can get the taverns almost done with the game. Can't wait. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to Assassin's Creed Rogue first or do something different, but I would dearly love to do something very different. See, there are 1, 2, 3, I was sure there were 4. Ah, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Relatively easy to spot, so let's go to this one first. And they are relatively easy to get to, especially since most of them are next door to fast travel points. This one's right on the coast, as you can tell. I'm not on a mission game. Again, an overlaid music track. So let's go to the walk point where we talked to Washington over on the eastern side. Or western side of the east point of the city. That's a complex way of saying it. Right, where are we going to? We are going to go to there. Can't wait. Oh, it's around the corner. There we go.
What did you do that for?
Go back to the map. We are there. Eastern side of the city, just before a massive arcade of places. There's a big block there. Go in. Go in the inn. Now this isn't a requirement for 100%, or at least I don't believe it is, but it is if you want a trophy. So if you want that trophy, you kinda got to do this. Where to go to? That would be better. Just trying to make the travelling to each of the bars relatively easier if possible. It's such a shame that what happened did occur. It's one of those things, you can't account for errors when you upload, and especially you can't account for whether or not that you're going to delete files that you don't have backups of, especially when you're getting close to the... I don't know, if you're getting close to the end of a project and you're happy that you're getting close to the end of a project, you start rushing, and I think that's kind of what happened, and I started rushing and forgot the basics of what I do, which is chuck everything onto the hard drive before you do anything stupid. Unfortunately, I did something stupid before I made sure, which, yeah, it's kind of part of the course with me. Right, so this one is near where you do the father and son mission, I'm sure. Yes, it is, because this is where we assassinated the guy with the poison. Two dudes over there, and then the other guy that we're looking for during the father and son mission, which I got so badly wrong. Thankfully, though, I didn't get so badly wrong this time round when I did it. Followed through with the poisoning of the two guards on the left-hand side, and went straight to the Templar scout for his uniform, and everything went cushy within a couple of seconds, so it's perfect. Right, this is how you visit the New York bars. Relatively easy to spot and easy to get to. I don't know if it's because I'm going into bars and out of them frequently, but yeah, it looks like all of the music from all of them is overlaying. So let's just make sure there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm in the 5th. Yeah, that's it. Let's go to Boston. When we get to Boston, you'll notice something very different. It's just the way it is. Now, there are a couple of bars in Boston. Each of them have the specific sign that I'm going to show you now. I'm actually quite surprised that the ones in New York didn't have this, but well, the ones in Boston do, which is why I'm doing Boston last. When it loads. Right, there we go. Right, the taverns that you need to go into in Boston have your liberation symbol on them. They don't have the dice. The dice is reserved for inside the bar. So if we have that is a liberation contact, as is this one, and this one, and this one, of which there are only 4 bars that you can go into. So let's get going. And that's the guy that helped us get to Charles Lee. So it's the one in the north. We can doubly make sure as well. Ah, there we go, there we go, there we go. So that's how the taverns appear. Switch it to shop view, and they become apparent. If you have it for normal view, they remain the liberation contacts, but switch it to shop view and it goes to tavern. That's how you make sure. Right, we are going to go to this one. Let's make doubly sure. This is the tavern that we go into as Hatham, primarily. So it's 1, 2, 3. Ooh, there is one there. So there is a tavern right around here. So let's go to this warp point. Should be there. Or maybe not. That is weird. Everyone said there was a tavern there, but obviously not. Alright, let's go over here. I wonder if... There we go. Ah, wonderful loading. Right. New York Tavern, Frontier Tavern, Boston. There we go. Yeah, so they are all listed with the liberation symbol. I was correct. One in North Boston, one in Central. So 2 in Central Boston. Let's just make doubly sure. Yeah, so that's 1. 2. Yeah, that's fine. And in South Boston, there. Last thing I'm doing, I'm not doing anything else. So close to finishing the game. Well, I can honestly say I've really enjoyed doing this for the 2 months I've been doing it too. It's quite surprising how quickly you can get through doing a game like this if you just play through it fast. It's taken, when I actually exit this, I'm going to exit the game itself and find out just exactly how long it's taken me to get here, but it's not long. Especially compared to the walkthrough I actually did. It's very surprising how long they have taken. So that's all of the taverns visited. If you've got Frontiersman Challenge 3 active, that will be them very, very happy. But I don't, so no. There you go. Right, that is pretty much it. So I am going to quit. $11 it's taken to do this compared to 50 hours and 52 seconds. That is primarily the, I wouldn't say so much the hunting, the doing all the side quests, the replaying the missions, no. What's taken up that time is, I'd say, about a good 12 to 15 hours of doing nothing other than being on horse and riding around the frontier, New York and Boston. Another 10 hours probably doing the side quests, which leaves 15, 10, 25. Another 25 hours to do the main quest, the naval quests, the side quests that are available. So yeah, works out to be about right. And about 10 hours just to do the main mission. Yeah, that works out about right. And that's pretty much about the same. So yeah, works out to be about right. So if you want to play through the game and get through it as quickly as possible, you're probably looking at about 10 hours worth of stuff. Right, I am not going to be doing that, at least not yet, not for quite some time. I don't want to see Assassin's Creed 3 for quite some time. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time with my next project, which is probably going to be PlayStation 4, and I will see you next time.